Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. It's Europa League. It's week 5, and there's a lot of teams who are desperate to get a victory or maybe even just a point to take it into the last game. Now, I'm going to have Martin and Alex, who had another unbelievable Europa League to go with their Champions League last week. But first of all, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means we'll notify you and you'll never miss any content again, which is a massive bonus with us keep moving the schedule. We've got another 2 weeks of these times, and then we'll be shifting around again because it'll be just be domestic action all the way until March. Now, if you press the link in the description, that'll take you over to the articles that Alex or Martin or even Tan has put together for you, and they love a parlay over there. Alex, I'll come to you first. It was very kind for us last week. The parlay came in. There was plenty winners, and there was a few teams who just didn't disappoint.
Yes, it was a good it was an overall good week in terms of Champions League and the Europa League. It was a disappointing week with the domestic clubs coming after those Champions League and the Europa League. But we have just 2 more weeks of Europa League knockouts, group stages like we have Champions League, and after that till March we will just have domestic league. So that is a good thing. It will not be like every 3 days. So I think that will bring more value on the table. And there are a lot of good spots this week in Europa League again.
They are. And I'll tell you what, there's one team coming from North London that Martin supports who are just loving Europa League.
Yeah, well, it was easy money last week betting on Arsenal to win. You know, they were always comfortable. They've been blowing teams away in this competition. Just shows you the level of competition that you get in the Europa League. Absolutely horrific in the Premier League. Let's not get into that. The less said about last night's performance, the better. But yeah, it was easy to bet on them to win and Dundalk to lose. That was just the bookmakers were basically just giving us money. Sadly, it's not really quite so attractive this week, just because Arsenal have already wrapped up qualification. They're going to win the group, so they might not go and blow Rapid Vienna away. I still would fancy them to win, even if they play a totally changed starting 11. There's definitely an opportunity for some of their fringe players to make a case to get in the Premier League starting 11, because they can't be any worse than what we've got at the moment.
Yeah, okay, and welcome to everyone who's in the chat. You remember you're our third guest. You can see down the left-hand side of the screen, there are all the games that I have selected. Now, if there's a game on there that I have not selected and you want to talk about, then please put it in the chat, and then I'll ask the boys, and if they're not interested, then you give us what your banker is or why you're interested in it. Let's kick straight off. It's a great game. 2 unbelievably historic clubs. One's going great, and the other one's struggling. It's Milan at minus 240, Alex, plus 450 to draw. And Celtic, a massive 700. Does Celtic get anything against Milan?
I don't think so, but the value is nowhere to be found here. Maybe Martin has some value bet for this match. But I think that Milan right now are 1,000% focused on the league, and we can see that. On the weekend, they had a great match. They won it 2-0 against Fiorentina, and they were missing many of their players. Also now, Zlatan Ibrahimovic is not. I think that he will miss 2 more weeks if the informations are correct. But also Leao. So we will see a lot of squad rotation. Still, maybe for an AEK bet there, because Milan needs still the points, as Sparta Prague are just 1 point behind them in the standings, and they don't want to risk nothing. So against the, let's say, poorer side of this group, they should win at 1.4. Maybe to combine it with the under 4.5, maybe something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, both teams to score, someone in the chat saying, but also half-time, full-time, Milan win at plus 119, Martin.
Yeah, that looks interesting. Yeah, I just went for a pretty straightforward AC Milan -1 Asian handicap. Not huge odds, but about -140. You could push it to -1.25 Asian handicap if you do want a bit more value fancy they'll get the job done in this one. It's looking very, very dire for Neil Lennon, isn't it, at Celtic Park? Lost again in the Cup at the weekend. Very, very disappointing. Just not sure what's happened there. They looked like they were going to be cruising to a 10th consecutive title, and he just hasn't been able to recapture the magic they had under Brendan Rodgers. Suddenly 11 points behind Rangers in the SPL, games in hand, but it's not looking like they're going to catch them now, and they're rock bottom of this Europa League group. Don't really have the quality to deal with the threat that AC Milan pose, I don't think. AC Milan haven't wrapped up qualification or top spot in this group yet, so there's a clear motivation for them to try to win it. Obviously, Zlatan's injured, but they've been thriving without him in Serie A. And, even if they do rest a few players, I still think they'll be too strong for Celtic. It's a dead rubber for Celtic. They may as well just focus on the league. So, yeah, AC Milan.
Milan to win and under 4.5 goals at -125. Now, Celtic have been scoring. So I'm just wondering if maybe the Alex Classic is probably the way to go here.
I think that's what I put on the article, actually, for Sportsbook Review. I think I went for AC Milan and under 4.5 goals. So, yeah, that's another good option. Or even AC Milan and over 1.5. I can see them winning it 2-0, 2-1, 3-0, something like that.
Okay, well, it's a game I've not mentioned, but it's Mulder. And Sean, who's a massive Dundalk fan, said the lock of the week is Mulder -2. So go and have a good look over there and get on
-2. So bad.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, he thinks that Dundalk are going to get beat maybe 3 or 4 and maybe not even score, which, you know what Dundalk are like. They can hit a 35-yarder into the top corner. Okay, let's move on. Martin, maybe this is not your game, but this AEK Athens at +230, draw +300, and Braga at +110. Now, Braga look like they're going to give themselves a real opportunity of qualification, and at +110 for the away win, there could be a bit of value there.
No, I do like the look of this one, Flash, actually.
Oh, that surprised me.
They beat AEK Athens at the start of the group stage, won their next game as well. Obviously, they were outclassed by Leicester at the King Power. Built up a strong lead against Leicester last time out, but then they threw on the big guns. They threw on Jamie Vardy in the second half, and Leicester snatched a draw. But yeah, they still did well going forwards. They do look a little bit suspect at the back. I think they'll be too strong for AEK Athens, though. A draw would be good enough for Braga to secure qualification. So I think it might be worth going for Braga draw no bet. But there's definitely good value on a straight away win for Braga as well. They do look like a better team than AEK Athens. Beat them convincingly in Portugal earlier in the campaign. So looks good to me.
Okay, and just going back to that Mulder -2 bet against Dundalk. Sean's giving us the team news saying that Dundalk are going to be weak. They're not going to be at full strength. So first of all, also, are we going to see an Arsenal shirt on your back very, very soon? Proudly worn by Martin Green.
No, I burnt it last night. I burnt.
Alex, do you like Braga away at +110?
Probably you will see an Arsenal shirt on my back, proudly worn by Martin Green in the past. Maybe I will get lucky for Christmas right now. I mean, AEK Athens before being red carded in the last match against Zorya Lugansk, dominated that match, and after the red card they had 0 shots on target and 3 goals conceded at home. Braga should have the upper hand here. They are by far the better side between the two, and that is a great value bet. Both teams, most of all AEK Athens, desperately need this win, so they cannot stay at the back and relax like they usually do, like all the most of all the Greek team are doing against the big names. So they will open up, and Braga have some great players from the middle and up. So it will be difficult for Athens to keep a clean sheet or not to lose this game, But yeah, the draw no bet option looks good in my opinion.
Okay, I'll stay with you though, Alex, because we've got Feyenoord at +115, +280 the draw, and Dynamo Zagreb at +240. This is a tight game, but what do we know about Zagreb, especially on the road?
Zagreb on the road are not the biggest threat, but given the fact that they should be happy with also a draw in this one, I don't see a lot of goals, to be honest. Under 3 goals on the Asian handicap is, no, let's say under 2.75 goals in the on the Asian handicap at 1.88. Sorry, I think that we will not see more than 2 goals in this match. In the first leg, it was 0-0. Again, if Wolfsberger will beat CSKA Moscow, let's see about that. But still, I think that even Feyenoord will be happy with the draw. So maybe a draw with no goals, maybe a draw with goals, but not a lot of goals in the entire match. So under 2.75 is my lean at 1.88.
Yeah, I mean, Barcelon's leaning towards Feyenoord scoring twice. Brad says Feyenoord at home is mighty. I mean, then all of a sudden, the plus 115 looks appealing, Martin.
It's a tricky match.
It is a tricky match. That's why I brought it up, because I thought there was value if you had an opinion. Not you, if like people in general.
Yeah,
Martin?
I actually think that's a great shout from Alex, under 2.75 Asian handicap. As we can see, Dynamo Zagreb haven't conceded a single goal so far in 4 stage games. Clearly don't show a great deal of ambition in attack because they've only scored 4 times. Rare to see Feyenoord score that many. You know, they drew with CSKA Moscow 0-0 last time out. 1-1 against Utrecht at the weekend. Not like a firing on all cylinders going forward. So yeah, I'd expect a bit of a tight, dour game there. So yeah, I'd be going for the same thing if I was betting on this one.
Okay, and the Cool Kid 2424. Welcome. Nice that you've decided now to have a little type up and get involved. Now you've typed. How about typing a little bit more and giving us some of your leans or some games that you want to talk about? And listen, we're a team. So we need your input. Don't just sit on the sidelines. And if you're also like the Cool Kid 2424, then get yourself involved. Come and join the family. Next game, big game this, LASK or LASK. That plus 340, draw plus 300, and Tottenham at minus 135. Tottenham had a big game yesterday, tight game, but they did what they normally do. They shut up the shop and they make sure that they stay in the game. Spurs at minus 135, Martin, just don't complicate it.
Oh, it's a gift, isn't it? How do you get?
That's what it looks like. It does look that way.
Good odds on Tottenham. LASK, they're not the best team in the Austrian Bundesliga, and you can't imagine they would have enough quality to beat Tottenham. Tottenham beat them comfortably when they met earlier in the campaign. They had that 2-0 defeat at the hands of Antwerp, which was embarrassing, and Jose Mourinho really laid into his players, said he's not going to play them again, said he's going to start a stronger team. They're another team. They haven't quite guaranteed qualification yet due to that defeat to Antwerp, so they need to go and win it. You know, he'll probably leave out Kane. He'll probably put Son on the bench, but they've still got enough quality going forwards without the main strikers to go and win this one. So just go for a Spurs win. I got an even better price than that yesterday, I think. So whatever you can get, and if you want to give them an Asian handicap as well, go for it.
I think you should include in your invoice that $5 Canadian that you just received for your next from Buzz for your next Arsenal T-shirt.
That's his donation to all the socks to keep your feet warm during winter. Don't get them too close to that log fire though when you're sitting there having one too many tipples and your feet catch fire like the old cartoons. I love that. Love that. What about LASK? Do they get a result against Spurs, or is it just don't complicate it?
For 1.7, I will go with Spurs. No, don't complicate it. Spurs, I don't know. Like Martin said, they are not 100% qualified yet. So even with the draw here, this is my problem, because a draw will secure that second spot. Let's see what Antwerp will do with Ludogorets here. But that should be a nice home win for Antwerp. So I think that Tottenham will try to secure and prepare the last match in the group more relaxed with the huge squad rotation from Mourinho and company. So I think that 1.7 should be enough for the Spurs to beat LASK. LASK are not a bad team, and they still have their chances to qualify further. But they first of all must win this match. I don't think that that will happen. Tottenham very, very organized right now from the back and going forward. It will be very tough for LSK to find gaps in the Spurs defense there. Even Chelsea failed to do that. So I don't think also win 2-0, but it's important to watch the starting 11 there. And if it's a strong squad, I think that you should easily go to win 2-0.
Yeah, they've got a squad, definitely. So, I mean, I remember, obviously, at the end, we're going to do a 2 or 3 team parlay just for the Europa League. And I've already just put in Spurs at -135. So that's the way we're going to go. Now, this one also, this is the reason I put this in for a parlay bet, because we've got Lille at -220, +420, and Sparta Prague at +600. Lille strong at home, and they really will take the beating. So I'm happy to put Lille in at -220. What do you think, Alex?
I wouldn't. I've seen their match against AC Milan. Yes, they had their chances to beat them. Over 2.5, it was my selection. It was very unlucky for that not to come in. We've seen just 2 goals, one from each team, one from Milan, one from Lille. I think that we will see at least both teams to score in this one. This is one of my top selection for this Thursday action at 1.78, both teams to score on the match.
Okay, so that's -120. What's that going to be? -130. Yeah, -125-ish. I thought that Lille was like a good thing, really, though, Martin.
I think Lille are a good team. Yeah, I like Lille. Did very well against AC Milan. Absolutely destroyed Sparta Prague when they last met. I think Sparta Prague will be a bit more confident after those back-to-back victories over Celtic. But, Lille do look like the strongest team in this group. They're probably a good team to bet on this week because they haven't wrapped up qualification. Things are looking pretty tight in that group.
Very tight.
Yeah, and a home win in this one would see them home and dry. So, they'll have a psychological advantage having beaten Sparta Prague easily. And Sparta Prague can't defend. They've conceded 9 goals in 4 games. That's pretty dreadful form to be taking to the north of France. So, yeah, I'd be looking at Lille and over 1.5 goals.
That's what I've wrote. And I was going to ask someone in the chat. Give us a price, please, for Lille to win and over 1.5, because that brings in obviously both teams to score, like Alex has said, and the over 1.5 brings in like maybe the 2-1 for Lille. And I just need a price because I like that going in with Spurs. The next game, Sivasspor at +490, +300 the draw, and Villareal at -135. Martin, can we not put Villareal in at -135? It's the same situation that we find of Spurs going to LASK.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Just it's -150, that price you were looking for. They haven't wrapped up qualification yet, have they?
But it will be very tough for them not to qualify. Even if they lose 2 matches on the bounce, I don't think that with 10 points you don't qualify from that second position.
But lads, the reason I said about Villareal is they are not a containing outfit. They want to go on the front foot as much as possible. I mean, a great draw over the weekend, Real Sociedad. So you could take that into effect. Are they going to be a little bit jaded? But
no.
The thing, that's what I'm a little bit worried about, them being a bit jaded, because it was quite a bruising game. Bruising, but
the energy levels that both sides put in. I mean, listen, they're 2 sides that if they're playing against any inferior opposition, then you want to be on their side. Alex,
they are quality. But they might just leave a few key players on the bench. That's the problem that he always does. And obviously he's brought on substitutes in the second half, which have got him out of jail. He's got Moreno to come on. And if Moreno comes on, then he could turn the game on its head. It wasn't one of my official picks, but yeah, I definitely do lean towards Villarreal in this game.
Alex, Villarreal for you? Or do you think that, because they need the draw. That's what they'll go. I just can't bring myself to think that Villareal will play for a draw.
No, they are not that type of team that they will play for the draw. Better, you can say that Tottenham can play for the draw, a team like that, you know. But Villarreal are not that type of team. Against Sociedad, it was one of the best tactical and strong matches that I've seen so far this season in La Liga. It was exactly like you guys described, the energy that all of them used. It was unbelievable. The running they did, the tempo, it was great. I think that the Villarreal, if they don't rotate the squad, which I think that they will rotate the squad, they might even win this game. Even if they rotate the squad in the first half and they will bring on some fresh legs in the second half, they can come down from a goal down, for example, and win it. In the first leg in Spain, it was 5-3. I see another match full of goals. It's amazing that I see the over 2.5 goals at 1.8. So just 3 goals for us in that match at 1.8. Yes, they are not qualified. Sivasspor are fighting with Maccabi Tel Aviv for that second spot, even if the fight is not direct, you know. Sivasspor will try their best to pull off the upset and take the 3 points at home against Villareal. The Turkish side's always unpredictable, but I think that they will find the back of the net. So over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.8.
Yeah, there's quite a few people in the chat, especially Rick, saying Villareal look tired. Young Money is going for both teams to score 4-5, which is -125. Yeah, I mean, I've penciled them in, and pencil means that you can be rubbed out. Okay, AZ Alkmaar at +320, Alex, +240 the draw, and Napoli, unbelievable 4-0 win yesterday. Should have been a 20-star nap for everyone involved. We did mention it on the Serie A show. Napoli at -115. Napoli now, you've got to be careful because of all the emotion that went on yesterday. Is it going to leave them a little bit deflated, Alex?
No, not at all. It's coming more and more. Results bring results. Wins bring wins. The team is full of confidence right now. 2 matches in a row without conceding goals. 4-0, an absolute great performance from them yesterday against Roma. And now I'm a little bit disappointed because I didn't set the banker of the week to be Napoli.
Oh, you and me both.
I was so sure that they will win. I was not thinking about the 4-0. I had them just with the 1 unit. And I think that the sad news that they took it with few days before the Maradona thing, I think that made them realize that they are much better than they looked till that time. Most of all, Gennaro Gattuso. I saw some images in the last, 5 minutes when he did. I think that Politano came from the bench to replace I don't know whom. I don't remember right now, but he was such a fighting spirit. He went to Politano, gave him a punch, said, "Go there, go, destroy them." Like that, it was 3-0. Come on, what do you want them? What do you want with the guy? Let him go play, have some fun. But Gennaro Gattuso was absolutely amazing. So again, wins bring wins. The qualification is not there. They are just 2 points above AZ Alkmaar right now. They will try to revenge also that very poor result from the first leg when, if you remember, we tipped Napoli going to play AZ Alkmaar at home with AZ Alkmaar so many COVID cases, and they managed to lose. Napoli managed to lose 1-0. So it's time for revenge right now. It's one of my top tips, Napoli to win at 1.8.
Okay, so is Napoli part of the parlay material then, Martin?
That just reminded me of Steven Gerrard saying he wishes he could play against Gattuso every week. Said he's just the easiest opponent he's ever faced. He's a pussycat, which I thought was funny. But we could certainly do with that sort of passion at Arsenal, I think, now.
You could. You could. But Arteta seems like the pussycat right now.
Yeah, definitely. But Steven Gerrard doing well at Rangers as well, which I'm sure we'll come on to a little bit later. It's AZ Alkmaar that worry me for this one. They're unbeaten in Eredivisie this season. They almost won the title last season. They cancelled the season when they were level with Ajax at the top of the table, and they were in fantastic form. Drew too many games in the opening weeks of the season, but since then they can't stop winning. They're climbing the table. I think they look like they'll get a top 2 finish for me in the Dutch top flight, and I think they're a really good team. I don't want to bet against them when they're at home, so it's a pass for me.
Alex, classic maybe. Both teams do AZ Alkmaar score, Martin?
AZ Alkmaar score for me. Yeah, they're very good going forwards. Got a lot of quality in attack, got a lot of pace. I think they can cause problems for Napoli.
The only thing here is I'm thinking that AZ Alkmaar are the ones who need this win desperately. Let's say that Napoli can very well draw this game. Napoli's attack, we know Mertens, Insigne, Politano. I think that they are deadly there. So if you let them to catch you on the break, I think that Napoli scores at least 3. A good thing, very improved the situation that Napoli lately are transforming their situation into goals, their opportunities into goals. At the beginning of the season, they failed to do that. This is why there are so many ups and downs. They are creating a lot, but they missed a lot of golden opportunities, which lately isn't happening anymore. So, I think that Napoli is the take here.
Okay, Napoli is the take. Both teams to score seems to be popular as well. Maybe the Alex Classic. Now, what do we do with this one? North London. Arsenal, minus 220, plus 400 to draw Rapid Vienna, plus 600. Martin, you're convinced that Arsenal, obviously, so much better in Europe. It's a release away from the Premier League. But at minus 220, do you trust them?
Yeah, kind of. They don't really need to go and win this game. They've already got 12 points, so they're basically assured of winning the group. He has been putting out a reasonably strong team in the Europa League thus far, leaving out, 5 or 6 key players, but putting in fringe players. I don't know what it'll do for this game because, there's no need to risk anyone getting injured. Joe Willock and Reece Nelson are starting to actually play in the Premier League on a weekend, so probably leave them out of the team. It could be a really, really young and inexperienced side. I would fancy them to still just about get the job done because, even the youngsters like Balogun are good enough to beat Rapid Vienna. But Rapid Vienna did cause Arsenal a few problems in the first half in the last game. So I'm leaving it. It has been a gift betting on Arsenal so far in this competition. But at those odds, I'm not so sure there's the value there when there's no real motivation for Arsenal to win. So, yeah, I wouldn't put anyone off, but I'm going to leave it this time.
Rapid Vienna going to the Emirates. It's almost like one of them teams that raises their game, Alex. And you go to the Emirates, massive surroundings. Listen, I always think that these smaller sides and the players, they think to themselves, if they impress, that's the way to get a move into the Premier League where nearly every player from these countries wants to be. So do Rapid Vienna score and do Rapid Vienna get anything out of the game?
Do Rapid Vienna score? This is the question. And I'll pass.
Okay, you pass. Move on. Granada, good game this. Good game. Granada, plus 150. Granada been all over the shop last 2 games. Let in 6 and only scored twice in La Liga. They're at plus 150. The draw plus 245. And PSV at plus 200, Alex. PSV, on paper, you want to be with PSV. Then you go against Granada at home at your peril. Then you put in Granada's current form and you go back to PSV again. Looks like both teams to score. Can you find a winner?
No, this is why I think that we will see a draw. Maybe a draw at halftime should be the way to go in this one. At 2.1, maybe under 2.5 goals in the match at 1.9. Granada happy with the draw, 11 points there. If PAOK wins, they will pass over PSV. So it's a difficult group also. PSV and PAOK fighting for that 3rd position. Tough match to call. I think that the draw at halftime at 2.1 looks to be a value bet.
Okay, Martin. Well, obviously, you and I both talk about Granada quite a bit. We like them when they're at home, but they look to be just a little bit under strength at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried they're running out of steam. Everyone was very excited by the way they performed in their first season in the top flight last year. They did really well to qualify for this tournament, and they came flying out of the blocks at the start of this season. But yeah, injury problems and COVID cases and stuff have started to mount up. Squad's looking a bit threadbare. It feels like they could do with a couple of weeks off to reset. They should probably just get the job done. But PSV are a decent team. They've only lost once in Eredivisie so far this season. Don't defend very well, but they've got enough attacking firepower to cause problems for Granada. Maybe both teams to score. Maybe Granada to win and both teams to score if you want a really high value bet, but I think best to pass this one.
Yeah, I think Baz is hit the nail on the head, and I think that Europe is killing Granada. It's exactly right, Baz, and it does it to so many teams. I've almost got Granada being a little bit like Mallorca last year. Not over the last couple of years. Mallorca win their games at home, and that's their staple diet. That's what keeps them in the league. All of a sudden, if you're Granada and you're having to travel away, the squad's not big enough, you have injuries, you have COVID, you have suspensions, and then you don't win your home games, then it's start of losing becomes a habit as much as winning does. Alex?
Yes, I think that the teams that have this opportunity to play in Europa League from the 6-7 spot in the top flight leagues, and they don't have a big bench, they don't have at least 30 players at their disposal, if they don't have double their position on the pitch, but not only to be double the position on the pitch, but to have decent players and to rotate their squad week in and week out. Imagine that the coaches, they have to do their European list at the beginning of the season. Sometimes they have the opportunity to replace some players week in and week out. They take some off from the list, they include some others. So they cope with different problems right now. You mentioned COVID, you mentioned also the lack of positions, because imagine Barcelona tomorrow in Champions League, they don't have central backs. They have to use some players that never played there. And I'm just giving you an example. And the Granada are not a team experienced with a lot of experience in this league. So in this European league. So that is the problem that they have right now. Also domestically, also in this competition. I think that it's very important for them that they are at 10 right now, 10 points in the group. I think that they just need, I think, a draw in the next two matches, and I think that they will qualify. But they will suffer a lot continuously in the domestic league. So I think that they are a team to fade in La Liga right now.
Yeah, I mean, Gergo, I hope I pronounced your name right. Draw no bet, PSV. Looks like it could be the way to go. Anyway, let's move on. We spent too much time on that.
I think it's Gergo Kostic.
Yeah, I understand the second name, but I just thought I'd get the first bit right.
He's probably from Hungary.
Yeah. Where are you from, Gergo? Nice, plus 400. Draw, plus 310. Leverkusen, minus plus my boots. I wish they were. Nisa. Minus 155 for Leverkusen, Alex. Stick it in the parlay.
Who spelled that for Nisa? Nisa and not Nice.
What are you talking about?
It's called nice or
yeah.
Nice, but nice. Not Nisa.
Nisa.
You know, yeah, Nisa.
The Tower of Nisa.
Yeah, the Tower of Nisa with an S, by the way. If you wanted to say it Nisa, you wanted to say it with an S. But
Leverkusen win, Alex.
Yeah, Leverkusen win 1.72. Nice are very bad, both domestically and in Europa League. They are just coming after a defeat against the Mustard Boys, Martin's favorite, Dijon. They are struggling to keep clean sheets. They are conceding goals like crazy. And Leverkusen are one of the teams that you don't want to play against when you're conceding ton of goals. A little bit disappointed from Leverkusen last result. They drew with Hertha Berlin 0-0. I don't know how on earth that match ended in a goalless draw, but it happens. Right now, I'm all over Leverkusen at 1.72.
Yeah, 1.72. Okay, I thought it was 1.55, so that's really shifted from around 1.6. 1.66. Okay, so minus 155 is now like minus 135. Martin, are you happy? Are you comfortable with the way that the price is going in our favour?
It's amazing that the price is going in our favour, really. Yeah, like Alex said, Nice lost to the Mustard Men at the weekend. That was a bad result.
They played Dijon, did they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Love a bit of Dijon on me old Sexton Blake. If you don't know what Sexton Blake is, it's Cockney rhyming slang for steak.
Oh, it sounded like I thought you were going to say on your big sexy weekend.
Yeah, listen, that's you. That's you. And we'll be talking about your team coming up next as well. So Leverkusen don't complicate it, eh? Too strong.
They should be. They've had a great season so far in the Bundesliga, despite selling a couple of their best players in the summer. Congratulations to them. They've been fantastic. Very, very strong spine to the team. Excellent in defence. Nice are in dreadful form, and they really should capitalise. I'd like to wait a little bit longer and see the price drift a bit further in our favour, because, you know, if you could get about minus 120, something like that, on an away win here, that would look very attractive. I just want a little bit more value if I'm going to bet on Leverkusen.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can definitely listen. That 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 possibilities for the parlay at the minute, and we're going into this next game. Martin, I'll come to you because it's Roma minus 125 plus 300, and your favourite Young Boys at plus 375.
No, I think we've established that's your favourite Flash, Young Boys.
Don't be deflecting. Don't be deflecting. You know all about Young Boys.
I know very little about Young Boys, but I do hear that you're an expert on Young Boys. So I'll bow down to
Don't be deflecting.
Superior knowledge. And I have no bets for this game because I know nothing about Young Boys.
No worries. But I know that you will definitely, Alex.
No, I will not have a
You're going to lead Roma at home at minus 125.
Yeah, because right now I took them against Cefere Cluj on the road. I was sure that they will win. They won 2-0, not in a very convincing way, with a lot of squad rotation. They are very deflated now after that 4-0 defeat against Napoli. Young Boys are not a bad team at all. I saw them playing also against Sofia, also against Cluj. In that 1-1 draw, they deserve to win that one. And our friend, his nickname is Ergo Kaustik. If you remember him, one of our old friends on the chat is Gergo Kostic, and he's watching us from the bathtub. I was just
going to say, I'm glad you said that. Gergo, you know when I said like we're like a family, and obviously get yourself in the chat. Keep your bathtub to yourself. We're happy that you come from Hungary. We're happy that you're living in Krakow. But we don't need to know Krakow and bathtub in the same sentence, okay? Enjoy. And you're not going for Roma, Alex, so let's move on to the last game. And it's
sorry. Before moving it to the last game, I have some extra take from that specific group. Cefere Cluj are hosting Sofia right now, CSKA Sofia, and the odds on a draw double chance on Sofia are at 2.2. Cefere Cluj just sacked their manager, Dan Petrescu, your old colleague. Yeah, your old teammate. They are probably will hire another Chelsea legend, Adrian Mutu, if you remember him.
Now of course.
The legend.
The legend.
Yeah, Mutu not as good as Dan or Popescu or Hadji.
Of course not. No. It was in another period of time. But Mutu right now is in charge of the Romanian under-21 team, and who qualified for the second time in a row in Euro next year. So probably he will sign these days with the club. but the results are very bad for Cluj. A lot of internal problems, a lot of injured players, a lot of players missing also. So I think that the value is on CSKA Sofia. Draw double chance at 2.2 right now, official pick.
So, yeah, official pick, Sofia, plus 120 to beat Cluj.
No. Draw double chance, not even to beat Cluj.
Wow. Double chance. We like that. I'm worried always about new manager going in. You know what I mean, Martin?
Wait 1 second. It's Monday. They didn't sign anyone. They are all in discussions.
Yeah, it's not about that. It's not about that. I've been in dressing rooms when new managers come in and players who haven't kicked a ball, haven't tried a leg, all of a sudden they grow because they want to impress. It's almost like they never got on or had a little chip on their shoulder. And now obviously they've got a chance to go and impress the new man. It's a strange thing. But listen, getting a double chance at plus money, it's not to be sniffed at.
Jovan Rosales is saying to Martin, what size are you? I'm tired of seeing you in your pajamas.
Hey, Jovan, don't go there because if he stands up, he hasn't got anything else on. All right? It's late in the UK. Listen.
Yeah. I can only afford the top half of the pajamas. I can't. There's nothing on there.
Martin, you're getting more and more like Tan every day. Okay, Rangers minus 220, plus 400 the draw, and Standard Liège at plus 600. You know that Rangers are flying. Gerrard's got a real tune out of them. They score every week. Are they going to beat Liège like -1?
That's what I'm going for. Rangers -1. Unbeaten in all competitions so far this season. Like I said earlier, they've come flying out of the blocks in the Scottish Premiership. Top of the table, 11 points clear of Celtic, although the Hoops do have a couple of games in hand. But they're looking like they're cruising to the title as things stand. Phenomenal in the Europa League so far. Beat Standard Liège 2-0 in Belgium. Kamar Roof scored from the halfway, from inside his own half, which was a phenomenal goal. And yeah, they've just drawn back-to-back with Benfica, who we know are an excellent team.
Oh, good side.
I think confidence levels are going to be sky high at Rangers, and Steven Gerrard's doing a fantastic job. I think he should have them fired up for this game. And as we've said, Rangers need a bit of financial boost that they get from going deep into the Europa League. So I think there's a clear motivation for them to go out there and try to win this one. I think they've got enough quality to pull it off. So yeah,
what price are they? -1.
Oh, what did I get? It was -137. I think you can also go for.
That's all right. -1 at -137. They win by 1. I mean, I might want to
1.65.
I've got a 16 parlay at the minute, Alex.
Whoa!
Come on!
Whoa.
Rangers Standard Liège.
Rangers Standard Liège. I think that this is definitely a parlay move for Rangers, and that is the only play for this match. Or even Rangers and over 1.5 goals if you like to play them single. But yeah, a parlay move in this one, and don't complicate with 16 parlay. You know that's a lot, right? But
no, I'm going to throw it out there. Somebody might want to just do it. I'm going to put it out there. We may shorten it and get rid of a few and come up with the best ones. But listen, last week on the Premier League show, I said Spurs Chelsea 0-0, draw official pick. Sat there after 2 minutes, I was comfortable 0-0. Listen, I can understand no one following me because I have been nothing short of disastrous in the Premier League this season.
But imagine if your official picks, you would put 1 unit on a 0-0 draw, 1 unit on a full-time draw, and everything you said on that.
No, yeah, I did actually have I did actually have the draw parlay with Southampton, who let in a 93rd minute winner.
Oh.
I did actually go for draw, like I said I would on the show, and I did actually go for the draw at plus 255 as well. And listen, it only just sort of softened the weekend, but I've got 2 draws going tonight in Serie A. Okay, Dina, I'll go through the Monday Night Football. Seahawks versus the Eagles tonight with myself, Donny, and Kyle.
Tell us what you did last week. Tell us what you did last week again.
Oh, I'll put a little eight prop parlay together. 8-0. Thank you very much. Jog on. And I will be doing that again this afternoon. So I will be sitting there. So I will get on the show early and make sure you don't miss that. Okay, first of all, let's have a little look at the official picks, please, Freddie. Okay, Alex's picks is Lille, Sparta, Prague, both teams to score -120. Sivasspor and Villareal over 2.5 goals in the game at -125. Napoli -125. That's now -115 in a place. Leverkusen -128. And there is a little official pick to go add on to there. Is that Sofia double chance at +120? Is that right, Alex?
Yes, perfect.
Thank you. Martin's picks. He's gone for Braga at +110. Milan -1 on the Asian handicap at -140. So if you win by 1, then you do get your money back. So you're just looking for Milan to win the game. Rangers -1 Asian handicap at -137. That's good accountancy getting the value. Tottenham -132. Now, if you like this video, then please subscribe. Press the button. Do you want to leave that up there all day, Freddie, or you want to get rid of it? Thank you very much, sir. This is Freddie's last day before something big happens in Freddie's world, and his mind is definitely on that. And I'll announce that just before the end of the show, and I'm so proud of him. If you like this video, then please subscribe. She's there. Press the button, ring the bell. Remember the thumbs up, but ringing the bell means that we'll notify you, and you'll never miss any content again. Press the link in the description. That'll take you over to the parlays and hackers and great value over there, wrote by Martin, by Alex, by Tan, and by all our other writers on all our other sports. Now, let's sort this parlay out, all right? Let's go. Spurs, all right? I'll say what I think, and you tell me, boys, and I want 2 yeses for it to go in. Spurs, -135.
Yes.
Yes.
Like. Lille to win and over 1.5 at -150.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Villareal to win at -135.
No.
No.
Oh. Remember, if you're in the chat liking these, then you can still stick them in. Napoli to win at -115.
Yes.
No.
We're going to have a 1-team parlay at the minute. Leverkusen at -155.
Difficult.
Oh my God, there's squirrels, these boys. Rangers -1.
Yes.
At -137.
Yes.
Well, I know I'm going to get a yes. Okay. So after that, after my democratic way of putting that together, we've got Spurs to win, Rangers -1. Shall we stick in there, Sophia, double chance? Oh, no, we're going to stick in Mulder. We're going to stick in Mulder.
-1.5.
-1.5. Sean Mack, have you got a quick price for me?
Oh, I will tell you in a moment.
Okay, no worries. Also, Counter 10 said, just any quick mention, Belgrade versus Hoffenheim. What do we think? Both teams to score looks good there.
I had Hoffenheim to win last week, and I was very pleased to see that come in because, yeah, they look like a strong team. But yeah, I'm just a bit concerned now that they've wrapped up qualification and they don't really have any motivation to go and win the game. So I would probably suggest just leaving that one.
Sean, what price you got on that Mulder -2 Asian handicap?
-1.5 is 1.5.
Okay, so if you either go -1.5 or you go the -2 on the Asian, you win by 2, you get your money back. So we're looking at that one -135 Spurs, -155, and we'll say -150, but you may well get a better price on Mulder -1.5, meaning you win by 2, you win. So that's Spurs, Leverkusen, and Mulder. Gentlemen, I look forward to seeing you both very, very soon. Remember, Thursday morning.
One the dust, huh?
Who?
Another one flies the dust, huh?
Yeah, but obviously Thursday morning we go Serie A, then we'll go Bundesliga, then we'll see Martin for the Premier League, and then on Friday we will do La Liga. We're doing really, really well, by the way, after this last weekend. We've had plenty winners. I'll just leave you with Spurs and Chelsea. 0-0, no goal scorer, draw, and draw overall. You take care.